Hey guys, so it is after midnight and this is my nightly routine where I will prepare most of my animals' foods, or at least the animals that eat fruits and vegetables. I do this every night because most of the animals are nocturnal, and then I also prepare some of the food for the animals that are going to eat in the morning. So I'll start with this colander, this strainer, whatever, and I'll just throw some vegetables in here and rinse them. And right now I'm going to make some food for my spring hare. So I'm just going to wash these. A little bit of everything. Okay, so this is what I'm going to give my spring hare tonight, but he gets something different every night. I try to give him a lot of variety. So tonight I'm just going to give him one of his favorites. He really, really, really likes sweet potatoes. So I'm just going to chop these into little pieces so that he takes a longer time to eat them, so that he has more to do tonight. I'm just going to add a little bit of this green squash or zucchini. This, by the way, is a very good and sharp chef's knife. It just makes things a whole lot easier. From Christopher Kimball's website. I'm also going to add some sugar snap peas. Just cut this one straight for some variety. And he really, really likes apples. And I give him the top and bottom of the apple. I only give him apple skins because that's where most of the fiber is, and I don't want to give him a whole bunch of sugar. So I just cut it like that. Two little pieces like that. And then you have the remainder of the apple like this, and then you can just cut the sides like that. And I throw them in here for my pack-up. Do it anyway. And I just put the scraps in here. This is my special cutting board. So other things that he can eat, there's yellow squash, and then I'll add a little bit of this just to show you. This is jicama. Sometimes you can just peel it just by pulling this part off, but other times you can't. So I'm just going to cut that off. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that in there. So now he has a little bit of everything tonight. Okay, so now I'm going to put this in a box, and every night he gets a box that he can forage through. This is just a cat food box. So as you can see, Just going to sprinkle this in here. It's filled with some hay. That he can eat the hay, or he can forage through it. And then I also add a couple of other things to this. A lot of days he gets millet and various other things. Or sometimes I'll give him a half of a corn cob with the husk still attached and everything like that. I always give him a big variety because he gets bored with his food easily. Then just close the box, and he's going to rip this up. So that's his food. So now I'm going to add in some more snap peas. Some yellow squash. Going to put in this sweet potato. Just cut the ends off the carrot. That goes in there. And then I can also add in some collard greens. And just rinse that all up. So actually I'm going to be making the food for the packer right now, so I'm just going to start with these apples. She won't eat a lot of these collard greens. I'm just going to put a little bit of that in there. I'm going to cut some dragon fruit, and I mainly get this for my green araceli, the little toucan, but the other animals love this as well. And it's really, really easy to just peel this part off, and that's why I really like to feed dragon fruit. So just put half there, and this half, I'm going to cut this up for my araceli real quick. And then just slice like that. And his food goes in here. Some little cubes like that. Then he can also get some blueberries, and papaya is what he gets most days. Also have a red bell pepper. Just going to cut out this part here. And just throw that out. So I'm just going to cut this piece here. I'm going to cut a little sliver for the araceli, and I'm just going to put these two pieces in here. This is high in vitamin C, so this is not something that a toucan should have too often. I'm just going to throw in little bits for some variety. This is something called a pepino melon. If I'm saying that right. So it just looks like that. So I'm just going to cut off the skin, and the skin goes in here for the alpaca and the fruit. And add some of that into the bird's fruit cup. It's nice to have a lot of fruit-eating animals so that you don't have to waste fruit. You know, just different parts go to different animals. So the more animals, the better. So there's that. Sometimes he can also get some frozen peas that I just leave in there and then they'll defrost. So anyway, another piece of that goes in here. Just take a chunk of sweet potato, put that in here for her. We have some bananas. Just give her one little piece, and here's the easy way to open bananas from the top. This one has some little brown parts, but it's fine. And the rest of this will go to the porcupine. Going to throw in a few sugar snap peas that she's not crazy about eating right now. And a little bit of carrot. A little bit of yellow squash. And there is the beginning of her meal. I'll probably feed her again, and then she has to take her medicine, her antibiotics, for some unspecified condition that she's having. But this is what she's going to start off with. So I'm just going to give this to her, and then I'm going to just quickly do the porcupine. And then basically the porcupine, just she'll eat anything, so I just give her what's left over here. So I can give her a piece of melon, I can give her the squash. This is the yellow squash. Oh, I forgot to add into the porcupine one of these. I just like to give her one of these medjool dates, which I can give to her later. But I just cut in half like that for some reason, and that's it. Just one of these because they're probably high in sugar. Let's throw in the dragon fruit and the jicama. Just cut these parts off. Piece of bell pepper, a banana. Just do that. I'm going to just add some of these collard greens in here, and a carrot, and some sugar snap peas. Basically, just everything I have left over. Sweet potato, and some other things I have. I have coyote squash, and when these ripen, I have papayas for the bird and for all the other fruit-eating animals. And then for things that I chop and don't use, I have this really convenient container where I just kind of throw, after I cut this back up, I'll just put the stuff in here in these compartments so they don't have to touch each other, because when you have things like bell pepper touching, then tends to like damage the other things that it's next to, so I'll just put it in this compartment. I think I will also add to the porcupines dish the rest of this pumpkin. Canned pumpkin. And this should do it for her. So I have made food for bird, the paca, the porcupine, and after this, then I have to prepare the food for my little rodent. So this is pretty simple. I use mainly this brand from Organic Girl called Protein Greens. I heard that baby greens are healthier to use than full-size greens, so a lot of the animals will get this too. And this is what I mostly feed my jerboas and my kangaroo rat. Just a scoop of this, mainly these pea greens, and I just try to pick out piece by piece. Each get to try to choose something different for each. Like this is a piece of what I think is baby bok choy, and a little piece of this, little baby kale or whatever, and try to just kind of give them a little bit of everything. And then I'll just grab a scoop of this and give this to my Chicoan Mara along with her pellets and her hay. And also, I can also put this in the Spring Hares box. Just scoop it out, and he eats these too. I usually give this to him later tonight, but I'll throw it in here right now. And so I need to go get him and give him his box. Again, it's after midnight, so I'm just going to go feed everybody. And that's basically it, what I do every night to feed most of them, not all of them.